Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are out here in the beautiful city that I just learned about, Romanshorn, Switzerland, and I am going to be taking you along to Kendra and Connor's wedding. We're scheduled for a full day of coverage and also a day after shoot, so it's going to be a good one, guys, so let's get right into it. Getting into the wedding day, I did not record an intro, but we are starting in the groom's hotel room with some getting ready photos.
And this, there was just a lot at the end. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, one more time with the sleeves.
Yeah.
Rotate towards the window a little bit more. Yeah, like that. There you go. Kind of adjust your tie a little bit, looking out the window here.
I'm really happy how clear it all is up there.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
Oh yeah.
Let me have you button the jacket one more time, or
Yeah.
just like put your fingers on it and like, yeah, move more around a little.
Yeah, it's not heavy.
After we finished getting ready photos and Connor rewriting his vows into his vow book, we headed over to the bride's suite at the venue, starting with details and dress hangings while the ladies finished up their hair and makeup. Face us. Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of looking at me, smiling. Perfect. Looking up at your dress, smiling. Perfect. Maybe if you want to take your hand and kind of go down it a little bit. Looking at it, smiling. Yeah.
It's my travel ring.
Perfect. Let me have you just put in your dress. Let's do up by kind of the embellishments up here. Yeah, perfect.
Am I unzipping?
Cool. Yep. Looking at each other, smiling. However is easiest for you, I kind of just, yeah, similar spot. And across our hands, kind of like this. Yeah, and just looking at each other and smiling. Yeah, perfect. And actually face kind of more towards the corner here. Rotate mom this way. Yeah, right there.
Should I rotate?
Yep, just yeah, that's fine. Smiling Kendra. Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's the truth.
I'm gonna get you just kind of adjusting your earrings, each one of them.
Like one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time with both hands though. Yeah, there you go. I'll hold these for you for now.
Yeah.
So you can have your hands. Yeah. I'm gonna have you coming around this way. And let me have you stop right here for a second, okay? Time for the first look and private vows. I like to be more candid with my style, so I prefer to set them up in a good spot with good light, let them know to focus on each other and take as much time as they want. I try to keep quiet and move around as little as possible so it keeps the attention off of me and the attention on each other, and I feel like this helps especially with couples that aren't used to the attention. My philosophy for pretty much the whole wedding day, unless it's something obvious like family photos, is pretty much the same. Let it be about the couple. I try to keep my distance, especially for something like their vows or the first look. Not that they don't know that I'm there, but I don't want much of their attention on me. Grab his cheeks for me. Yeah, perfect. Touch noses one more time there. Beautiful. Kind of put your hands on kind of his chest and around the back of his neck.
Okay.
And Connor, if you want to pull her in like from the chin for a kiss like you were doing. Yep, beautiful. Perfect. After a few portraits, we headed inside to cool down before the ceremony. It was like 95 degrees and guests were going to start showing up soon. I always like to build time buffers into my timelines for instances where we may run behind. I believe this first look ran behind 30 or 40 minutes, but we were able to rebound because I understand that one of the main areas we are likely to run behind is the getting ready. When it comes to the ceremony, people know that I'm there to document the moment, so I don't mind being up front for the first few minutes. Generally after the processional is when I'll stay towards the back or the sides. If I do have to go in front of people, I try to not stay in front of them for too long.
Kendra, baby girl.
Should I not translate? Just wait. they're gonna each release one dove, and then we'll let all fly. And they will do that by unrolling the little band right there, and then opening up the door.
After the ceremony and releasing of doves, we rounded everyone up again for family photos. I always like to ask for a list of family photo combinations from the couple, as well as it's always nice to have someone that's not in a lot of the photos or in every photo to help organize it and can track people down, especially if I don't know who they are. I'll typically make suggestions if I notice something is missing, but it's nice to have a baseline to refer to. It also prevents us moving on without missing something. Kendra, Connor, you guys are gonna kiss. Everyone's gonna cheer for them. 3, 2, 1. You guys are kissing. You guys kiss. Yeah, cheer for them now. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. Everyone look in here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's hear it for Kendra and Connor, guys. Time for the sunset session. I wasn't worried about getting a ton of time for portraits because we did have a day after shoot scheduled for 2 days after the wedding. I learned at this wedding that European weddings typically have 3 to 5 courses over a few hours, so it wasn't very hard to find 15 to 20 minutes for sunset photos. It's also Europe, so the sun didn't set until about 10 p.m., but I think we opted to do a little bit more towards 8, just so we still had sunlight.
Perfect.
My goal after all is for photos to be fun and for them to add to the day, and we all agreed that fitting portraits in this 20-minute period was a good move. You want to twirl him? Yeah. You can, yeah.
Let me know when to do it.
I'm ready. Perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. You grab his cheeks. Yeah. Connor, dip her back a little bit, and then Kendra, like, kick your leg out, kind of like that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yes. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. I'm done with this spot, if you're good. Yeah. I don't like this dead one, so can I have you guys actually come back to the... Maybe I'll have you just go deeper, if you can.
This should be fine.
Okay, yeah, right there. Yeah, right there
lines.
works.
That's fine.
Yeah, perfect. Looking at each other there. Smiling. Kendra, grab his cheeks. Yeah, perfect. Relax your elbows, yeah. Perfect. Go forehead to forehead, nose to nose. Perfect. And kind of pull her in for a kiss there. Perfect. Kendra looking over at me. Connor giving her a kiss. Yeah, on her temple there. Beautiful. Perfect. Just looking at each other like that, guys. Smiling. And then do that one where you're both like kind of looking at me and touching temples. Yeah, smiling. Big smiles. Yeah. Looking at each other. And smiling. Yeah. Perfect. Let me have you guys actually do another twirl there. You can twirl each other too if you want. Go for it, guys. Perfect. Perfect. Cool. If you guys do want to go for a dip there, I know you said you don't like it, but... Or like a slight dip. Perfect. Yep, that's good. Beautiful, guys. Okay, go for it. Looking at each other. Smiling. Perfect. Kendra, go ahead and hold his hand with like both of your hands. And you can get a little closer together. Yeah. Perfect. Looking at each other. Perfect. At this wedding, we didn't have a grand entrance. It was just more of a transition into the reception and straight into dinner for a few hours. Jumping back into things, this was still mostly an American wedding after all, so we did have things like shoe game, cake cutting, first dance. During the rest of the reception events, I'm usually just floating around, trying to get different angles, looking for reactions, people laughing, smiling, etc.
although I'm not afraid to show emotion in my photos. Maybe the last thing I'll do is guide the cake cutting if they're blocking each other, but other than that I just want to be the least intrusive and get the most candid moments possible. That's gonna be it for the wedding day, but like I said, we have a day after shoot. A day after shoot is just when a couple gets back in their wedding attire or something similar and we go and take more photos at the venue or another location. This is something that I include with destination weddings as long as it's possible and if the couple is willing to. The goal is also to do it at a time where they don't have to take time away from spending it with their guests who are traveling to spend time with them.
Hand in the pocket is good. Perfect. Just looking at each other, walking towards me, smiling. Just a couple of steps. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. We can turn around and walk away, kind of do the same thing. And then kind of maybe if you wanted to look over your shoulder after like halfway back through the path and do the one where you kiss. Yep, on her temple. Go ahead. Looking at her, Connor. Perfect. Kind of looking over your shoulder, smiling. Perfect. One more kiss on the temple there. Try to keep your body like straight up. If you need to get a little bit closer together, then yeah, there you go. Perfect. Big smile. Perfect. Okay, cool.
it's gonna be like a sideways walking shot if you can kind of like guide her. Yeah. And just yeah, just like that. Go for it. Perfect.
Yeah, and then looking at each other like that, smiling. If you want to like kind of rapid fire kiss her down the cheek right there, kind of fast. Yeah. Maybe rock her side to side a little bit. Looking at each other. Perfect. Kendra, maybe if you want to put your hand like on your waist like that, a little bit lower if you can. Yeah, like that. That's good. Perfect. Looking at like opposite directions of each other. And then, yeah, big smiles. And then Kendra, if you want to like snuggle up in his arm. And then Connor, if you face away. Yeah, like that. There we go. Looking at each other like that. Perfect. How is twirling in this dress? Yeah. Okay. Connor, let me have you use the other hand. And then if you want to just place that other hand in your pocket, yeah, just like that. Yeah. Ready? Go for a couple times. Perfect. One more time, maybe. Perfect. And one last time without the biker. Yeah. Forward to forward, nose to nose there. Perfect. Connor, pull her in for a kiss there with her chin. Yeah. Beautiful. Perfect. One more, just kind of looking at each other there. Perfect. And then Kendra, if you wanted to, like, yeah, look over at me and Connor, give her a kiss on her cheek there. Beautiful. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. If you want to give her, give him a kiss on his cheek, there. That is fine. Yeah, if you could like maybe tiptoe up a little bit. Yeah, beautiful. Big smile, Connor. Close your eyes. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, and if you guys could just hold hands, center yourselves in the pathway, and then just walk towards me, holding hands, looking at each other. Perfect. Let me get you guys like facing away from me, and like the arms around the back. Yeah, hand on the shoulder for me, Kendra. Looking at each other. Smiling. Perfect. Go nose to nose, forehead to forehead. And closing your eyes. Serious faces. Yeah. And let me get you guys just kind of looking out at the, I mean, not so much sunrise anymore, but yeah. And then looking at each other one more time. Perfect. Go ahead and kiss. And if we just want to go forward to forward, nose to nose. Let me get you guys closer together, touching stomachs. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. And then go for a kiss there. Let me have you grab his cheeks again and kind of kick your leg. Yeah, and then dip her back a little bit, ever so slightly. If you need to, oh, yeah. Well, while kissing. Yeah, yep, just like that. Perfect. And then I'm gonna get you guys to do another twirl here. I know it might be hard. If you even want to go up to like the top of the stairs, that's fine. Yeah. Connor, let me have you go and kind of kiss her hand real quick there. Yeah, beautiful. And then just go ahead and kind of walk down together. Nice and slowly. Try to look at each other as much as you can. Yeah. And then Connor, if you want to throw both of your hands in your pocket And then if you want to walk towards me, Kendra, if you want to like wrap your arm underneath his arm, if that makes sense. Yeah, and kind of just walk in like that, looking at each other. Smiling. Yeah, beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Kendra, looking over your shoulder. One more time. Yeah, Connor, give her a kiss. You know the drill. Beautiful. Perfect. Looking at each other there. Touching noses again. Beautiful. Looking out off into the distance. Perfect. I'm actually going to kiss that. There you go. Big smiles, guys. Perfect. Kendra looking over at me. Connor, one more kiss on the temple there. Beautiful. Perfect. And just both looking at me, smiling.
I forgot to do an outro while I was in Switzerland, nor did I do much b-roll going back home, but nonetheless, huge thank you to Kendra and Connor for this opportunity. Them and their family and friends were just the greatest crowd to be around and celebrate with. Thank you guys as always for watching, and hope you guys learned something or got some sort of value out of this, and I hope to see you all in the next one very soon.